Good morning. Oop. Get the pretzel song back on. Yeah, that's. I don't think. Maybe I'm overdue to restart my computer. I don't know. OBS has just been having problems lately. It's weird because it kind of showed up like it wasn't like at a OBS release per se, and it's usually only in the mornings, but it doesn't like the lower frame rate. Hmm. Anyway, so we've got setting. I'm thinking of something else. Oh, possibly message blocking. Uh, that's fanciness. Uh, I might want to. Starting to want that too. Some kind of limited form. So I need. Oh, let's see. So we've got a bunch of settings. Yep, everything. Hmm. Yeah. So do we auto run stuff there? All the interaction key stuff. Set. Oh, there's edge push. Although, was last a me thing? No, it was not necessarily. This was just being near some other code. I guess as far as where other flags are. That's what I call the patch. Uh, yeah, most of these are defaulting to mod preferred setting. And then we have to actually implement the flag. Oh, toolbox. Cover a lot of the stuff. So it would affect drawing this. Don't need to Well, it doesn't really hurt us to run this code, but there's really no point in doing it. Wait, so what was that then? That was the update. Oh, that was updating the target. This is updating the movement. And this is the learn record. Which, I mean, this isn't like super expensive. This does involve a loop. Not too big a deal. Okay, so that shuts down most of it. But that's a the other thing is another feature I'm thinking. All right, so now we need to look at build. Well, I know into the other area, but we need to test it here. Uh, uh, da- 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 da. All right, so you are currently 1. That should be default setting. Oh, I guess I should have tested it without the file. So you're actually hard. Okay, so that's showing. Quick check of that. Okay, so that's off. Yes, we'll even skip drawing them, so we should get the learned effect. And if the file is also... No, wait. No file should be on. Oh, well, okay. So if it didn't, it's supposed to fill in the default value, but how? That doesn't do what I think it did. Oh, no. So the actual thing here is that I have no learned tools. So there's nothing to show, and I didn't have a count. Okay, so that is default state. And if we override that to 0, then we should have at least had learned tools, and we don't get anything. All right, so you need to be 1. You also need to be that game source settings. And that is where we hook it into source control. All right, having added that, I may have to add living life page. Might as well go ahead and export that and then go over and update my patch files before I forget. I expect to be able to call this done soon. Then also, uh, patches master package files, yes. All right, so we have a setting. I kind of wanted to actually block out the announcement message because it really has no information for me. Point. Is it tool learned? Yeah, no, no, it's not the learn record. This is tools. Those slots. Remaining tool slots. Yeah. All right, so this is supposed to take care of like the final one. So if it's this format, say if this thing matches, or if this thing matches. Global message showing, tutorial sheets. And you see we still have to delete this. Is there anything else in this kind of section that does a early exit? Oh, okay. So yes, this just returns when the message is handled. We just have to make sure we clean up here. Oh, you don't return. Is that a deferred message versus immediate message type of thing? There's no easy way to find like the end of a if-else chain? Like a bracket you can match for that? Type equals. You could do individual ones. I could go here and jump to the end, and then no percent. Dollar percent. Oop, that's gonna be a big one. Does it matter if we return from this? It sort of does because we process the next message. And global messages currently continue on possibly do. So we potentially got a total. Well, this is a little bit of a special case here. We have another case there. Oh, and this thing can go. The only place I use force hint refresh. No, it is not. I mean, it's still kind of an event, one-off event type thing. Other case is when we're changing hint somewhere. Well, that's force hint refresh, not force tool refresh. That's probably part of the patch. Well, big patch. Yeah, so that could be that. Which would at least be a lot less likely. Well, okay, so we've got that still happens somewhere else. Oh, no, but any message forces a tool refresh. I would want to move that up. Another thing I could do would be to set this. Although I guess there could have been some other message. And I guess this is expected to clear. Set that up front and then clear it. That would be a slightly more sensible flag. All right, so you learned, oh, now this one, now you see, this still has other information in it. It has your bonus, it has your score, so that's something you don't want to tie in with that. And to minimize the patch, I'm going to not do that with standard indentation. Perhaps it would even be useful to do something like okay, previously learned stuff. All right, so this is blocking learned announcements. Oh, that also blocks the ding. What does that? Draw tutorial sheet. Now, that's not useful. Oh dear. Well, it has to come through somehow, something in this sequence of events. So it's global message showing, it's global message start time, it's tutorial sheet index. Has to somehow result in that happening. Could a new tutorial sheet be shown? Well, this is tutorial sheet. Start sliding. Fully visible play chime. So the chime gets played when the sheet is fully visible. And he's actually stereo panning for the side it's on. Hmm. Interesting. So when we block that, we actually have to take over sound playing. I mean, I guess we don't have to have a sound effect there. But it's kind of a nice reinforcement that something happened. So you've already learned that one. Around row. Taking it off for something. Let's see. We're probably not far. Even go in here. Okay. See, that might be slightly different timing because not having to wait for it to appear. Oh, there's another set of stakes. Oh, there it is. And yeah, we're still showing. Slightly bothers me that the post slip just sort of appears out of nowhere, but I don't know if I want to set it up to fly in from any other place. All right, patches, master. Oh, actually, there's been base updates. Uh, Patches master change log. It's gonna be v3. Full UI centered. Melody. Uh, Alex learned messages. Settings file. And then we'll see what else we get in there. Wait, is that 39? Because I might have had to do a client update. I know. Right, that would only be a client version, not a patch version. All right, buffered. All right, more kind of down here. It's nice, but it's not like real quality of life. Now, this is an old patch. I'm going to be without a lot of my tools while testing. Now, there is an ability to update another patch, but because it's so far back, makes me a little nervous. Okay. Now, if I do... Yeah, so we like moved some of this stuff. Oh, screen center player offset. Moving, push camera out in front. Fog mode, don't adjust camera. So I may have missed a... Oh, no, this is the target position for it. So we moved it down there so that it could take advantage of some other processing. But we still kept these limits. I want that to be somewhat conditional. Now, interestingly enough, it is precisely the sort of when moving, when not moving that I want to consider as the condition for it. So this is moving screen center player offset. So if we are at an edge, we are attempting to move that direction. Oh, we actually have some very specific values for... So I do want to consider whether we're moving. What is the context around? Camera follows object. There's also screen lock, which... Get the name of that variable. Be living life page. Well, clock. Hmm. How about down? Well, yep, there we go. And then space bar should move camera. Oh, we do all of that. And then just reset it to the last position if it shouldn't move. And I don't want it to actually move because I mean, screen lock, if you bump the edge of the screen trying to grab something, you don't actually want the camera to move. We don't want to use that. In center, player offset. Okay. Startup, variables. Moving, push the camera out. Current pause. Destination position. Target object. Log position. Okay. Camera follows objects, different object. Nothing's. I almost want to like redetect this. The other stopped moving. So I could actually change this a little bit. Stopped moving. Oh, skipped for now. There maybe he had some momentum on it. Oh, okay. Then we go straight down into this code. So we could actually use this to set our limits. Main target pause. Um, X and Y are mentioned several times. Are ints. Int we've got top and bottom. Int view. The negative view is the bottom limit. So interestingly enough, I mostly want these limits while moving. So view width divided by 3. Actually, yes, the top and bottom are generally going to be more constrained. And those are the smaller values. So this is within center, I think. It's still going to be divided by 2 because it's overall view width. No, those are the moving levels, and then these are the regular levels. And then we do this as that didn't work out so well. All right, so I did the negatives on that. I mean, probably, arguably that is negative, but probably since we have to apply the signs to one of them, it's fine to apply the signs here. No rule to make. Oh, yep. I'm gonna have to fix up a few things here. Because I've removed files. Or not yet created files, depending on you look at it. Okay. Okay. Okay, maybe we want to... Maybe we should have a little bit more there. Look out there. Oh. I don't have auto run in yet. So it kind of tends to adjust there. Oh, maybe... Oh, maybe the ordinary position does put you that far over. Still. No, that's... Yeah, well, that definitely adjusts. It seems like this might be more permissive. Ah, old goals. There's no completely lost, too. Oh yeah, I was playing around with some blockings. Yeah, here's my mess. All right, so that is the top limit. Seems a little bit odd. So that was just straight up divided by 2. Well, the next easy thing there, divided by 3, but maybe we have to use something a little bit more interesting. And maybe the left and right actually weren't so bad, and it's the up and down that were constraining. Okay, so that's actually about right for being your character. And I haven't actually seen, I mean, maybe you'll get a corner of unknown territory every now and then. I find it weird that, yeah, because it's a little bit farther in, and then we stop. Oh, no, we already pushed, I guess. Hmm. And behind you is generally going to be safer, so that's sort of okay. All right, so that was actually relatively easy. Now does this... Well, if it exports at least this patch... Now, technically, other patches can be impacted by this. Yeah, well, maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Let's test this. Or I could just export through everything. Although, actually, these might have not been updated yet. They had not been used since then. Yep, that touched a lot of them. Screen edge push. Push farther. And do I have anything to read me about the limits of that? Okay, so that is not, no, that is no longer true. Uh, or maybe as far. All right. Notes. All right, this one will be a little bit trickier. And it'd possibly be a little expensive too. So the patch we're going to be operating on is going to be, well, it's going to be a new patch. This, I should probably do it around the other name assist stuff. STG, new, hint, filter, name completion. I guess this would be like filter assist. What does this look like? That's exactly what we wanted. Tab name. Okay, so we've got a name completion thing. Save field is focused. But this only does name complete. Cur text, sterlen. Original completion text, that's good. Prefix is changed. Okay, find close last name. I am, you are. This is going to be another special case. Fade erased characters, original completion test, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so one of these is general name completion, name matching. Name matching, no names. So we're going to want something like this, where instead of no names, this goes through. I think we do one pass. Oh, right, because this is so you can cycle through uh, if there's multiple matches. And then we come back around to the other end. Filter matching. So we've got a name text, start index. I mean, they're not names, they're object names. So this is using a, do we have to pre-declare you anywhere? No. This is using a list of known names. How do we get the names of objects? I might just have to iterate all the records and get their names. It may actually be description. Do we have any utility methods for doing name stuff? I mean, it's all loaded into memory, so I can just iterate all the objects. There might be a way to do that. Clothing, clothing, clothing. Enable index for string-based object searching. Hmm. That might be something that's only used in the server. Re-add object. In search, num to skip, num to get, num results, num remaining. This seems like it will be really close to what we're trying to do. And it does have a skip. It'll return me an object record. Is that going to be something I can use? I might need to know how many to skip. Return array destroyed by caller to get all objects. Well, that's not great. I mean, you shouldn't have to do this very often when you tab. I wonder if that's number of matches. Find objects matching words. We can only ignore one object. Maybe I could get the number of hints and then have some kind of skip through there. All right, so we have find objects matching words. We have some sort of search. And that's just like IDs. Oh. Oh, okay. So we actually are doing some searching here. So all trans leading to this target object. Ah, but this isn't inline. It just you hit return and then you see what it was. Show all trans leading to this target object. I'm the last hint. Well, I don't want this to be text completions. This is going to get me a hit ID. This goes through a bunch of objects. I'm going to have to get objects resulting from that. Yeah, so it's not just a static list. But if we filter on the word, and just kind of use the number within there. What was the other thing? Object search. Enable object search. Search. Object pickable.h. Oh, this is one of those kind of header files. Stack results. Might get used in VOG mode. And in the editor. So living life page. Oh, so that's it. That is a static thing, which has an instance of this. Object picker. Yep, Vogue. So that thing, right, that has pages. Strcomp dot equal. Otherwise, it just returns the result. Stack result. Outnum results. Get object. Oh, you can. That the one is ints and one is objects. That's still well, they're both void pointer at some extent. Num to skip, num to get. Right, so this is going to be a page type thing. How am I using my skip in you are name matching, per name index. Oh, there's an extra function here. Trailing names match, which could perhaps had a oh, I might have to add filter string to this. For the slash. Although it's not really a name. Find close. Okay, well that's last name. Right. So this is trying to remove any prefix that we're not interested. Her text, name text, trailing name match. Now you're no names again. Looking through all of them. Is oh, okay. So we've completed a name. So I would want to be looking for a trailing object match to get our. That's how we're getting the offset. But that means looking through all object names. Although if we did like a search or something, how fancy is our search here? There's something about an index. free, yeah. And we have found that to be a relatively, well, it's not strict prefix, so it doesn't work as well with the completion idea. Uh, what about initializing the index? Enable object search, which we sort of have to do for VOG mode. Oh, for filter support and living life page. That's already on. Maybe it's actually the server that doesn't use it. So the way that uses it is we have, a page of 5 or whatever page through. That is results, but that is keeping the current position. Well, if I search for an exact match, we should find that thing. But I'm not going to get an index within the results. Hmm. But the results for a single search might be a thing I could just keep a variable for. All right, so we've got filter matching, we've got name matching, we've got trailing name match. I may have to do at a slash this. Although that would suggest it would, well, other code will hopefully take over as far as what we're actually matching. Uh, Greater than 1. And I mean, I could really just say string 0, right? Now, trailing name match is only for names. So I'm not sure how to use the index right now. And you're returning an index. Well, what does object search return? It returns an object record. It's an array destroyed by caller. Oh no, actually object search was used in but it doesn't really tell me. Well, it sort of handles them here. Straight up array. So I don't know if we, well, I mean, the 0 is sort of important. But presumably that search handles that. So returning an int isn't going to work here. Get stack. Oh no, this isn't even doing search objects. You do dot. So we have a string to search. We have a num to skip, a num to get, a number of results, and a num remain. Num to get, num remain. And we get object int, you return a const char. Well, the name of a thing is going to be a const char. You get an index, no names. Okay, so name is, we're going to return a thing that is a name. We're going to copy. About the prefix. So I think just returning that will be okay. Just be a very different little thing. The filter matching, I guess we will grab the object and get the name. Still not sure about the index. Or how we handle all the intermediate stuff. So int pointer, not stack results. You can return multiple kinds of things. What is search objects? And you see, you return object records. Actually, that thing always returns. Array destroyed by caller. Oh yeah, pointer. We just say search objects for name text. Skip 0. I mean, we eventually need to be able to advance this. We want one at a time. And we need This is an array destroyed by caller. This is object records. So if results greater than 0 and objects, and just to be safe, then we want to return objects 0 description, else return hmm. And then we have to delete objects, an array destroyed by caller. So actually, we could do this as this. Then we just assign it here, and there's always a return. And the starting index is something we're going to have to work on. Might need more state for that. But first, we want to see if we can complete one of them. All right, so this is I am, you are. I guess I don't really do the special case of the curse anymore. Right? Where else? No, because he does those there. Else if her text. Then we're going to say name equals filter matching name text. We have no information here. Okay, so we got the current name index from there. Oh, I guess I didn't consider the null here. That has a null return. Is a non-class. Oh, pff. Looking at the other thing that was ints. Comparison with string. Oh, it's a string, not a. Wait, stir. That's something else. Yeah. I didn't put any marks down. I thought I checked for having saved the file. This got scrolled off. All right, get over where it's a little bit warmer. Yeah, so the problem I had before was specifically Santa Hat, and I don't have any completion from there. Yeah, I mean, it's something. If I could still cycle, it might be okay. Because there could be, like, you search for potato and you get, and wild potato is actually the word. There might be some sense in that. So we will know the total number of results. We will know the number to get, the number to skip, total number of results, the total remaining. Now, I was always checking the previous name because somebody could have modified the text after activating. So we wanted to okay, so whatever is there, want to not a continuation. Original completion text. That okay, so yeah, name text does name detection with that. Hopefully that gets put in there somewhere, although that probably doesn't. How does that work? Oh, right, with the original completion text. Yes, we start over from there, so we always run from that. Now, I had my... Yeah, so this is going to be a problem. Prefix change. Not really a prefix. So I might have to special case this up top somewhere. There's not really going to be a prefix thing anymore. We want our original completion text. So actually just return. Current text, original completion length. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, the last completion text. It's not the last completion text. Then we set our original complete. No partial name to work with. I may have to work off to a different thing that just uses the slash and tries, well, it's going to be a little bit harder to detect when they've like edited something. We do, but if we go get potato, we get wild potato. Now it starts with W. But I would kind of have to re-implement the search to just do prefixes. And that could kind of limit you if it was some word and then the thing you were searching for. I could complete to random things, but I don't know how many completions there are until I run a search. And we still have the sort of paging through results problem. Now I suppose the hint panes may have been one way of showing multiple things, but it never worked as a search through objects. It sounded so much easier because it's just like, oh yeah, we complete strings. These are just more strings. It's a lot more strings, but well, we had large pools of names. Uh, we had that in a big list. I could go through the objects and produce my own little ordered name array that worked very much like the name files. And then I could use my name suggestion stuff. It wouldn't get you the case where there's a word in front of it. So like tattoo, there's like body tattoo. You could have body in front. I might have to completely fork this routine. If it's a search, so that it just you just remember the original text. How does a user deliberately reset the search in a way that's easily detectable? That's the problem. The solution here was you just change your prefix and search. But the search methods that they give us, while nice, now there's this, and there's something about words. Find objects matching words. Ignore object ID. Outnum filter. Oh, this must be an old one. It was like more limited or something. So maybe he did the full-on search to replace this. Oh, well, they're search objects. So this is actually a wrapper. Don't count the object itself as a hit. Matches whole words, not partial words. Well, I'm not going to have whole words. So how do I manage state continuation and state reset if I would have to keep some sort of state that would get reset on perhaps any other typing character or opening and closing say? So we would do it where tabbed that set your kept pressing tab, it would cycle through all of the things. Or maybe, do we just use the int result set? Because you can tab through that. Not quite name completion, but... Well, that's transitions. It's not objects is the problem. Yeah, because you see, that's no filter match. And, well, I mean, we would make a search, or maybe a tab in that situation. Do a search for all objects, but would it be result objects? I guess it would be result objects because you want to know how to make it. So anything that made an object, get all matching objects, and then get all transitions that directly make them. That's going to be a very different process. Object search. Oh. Well, okay. So what do we do when we do a filter? Maybe it's actually using the M object. M object picker is VOG mode. Yeah. Well, you use this form? Lines I. Now that's curse. Start typing a filter. The command don't send to server. Die command, FPS command, net command, ping command, disconnect command, filter hints. Type text. Oh, filter command. Okay, so he's just using that up here. M hint filter string. Get num hints. And the last hint filter string, which not blank. I guess that's what we're actually using. Oh, here. How? Must be case sensitive? Okay. Oh, okay. Old logic, new logic. So it actually is matching words for this. Yeah, so this logic has no completion. All trans leading to this target object. If hit ID, so that is matching whole words. So I want to do something similar. What's the old logic? It restricted the things that you would, when other transitions showed up, to things that led to that object. So I need a frontier. Search produces. Is that direct transitions only? That's trans records. Filtered trans. Where do we say it goes in our hint? Filtered trans, num relevant. Oh, this isn't. Oh, yeah, getting them hints does a lot of stuff, doesn't it? Actually set up actual. I think filter string. The actual hint set. Goose pond. Oh, goose pond stages. Filtered trans. But still, all we found if filtering still remove duplicates. Last hint sorted list. Yeah, that's the problem. This gets really complicated. And last hint sorted list size. So getting them hints actually sets it up. So I would need like all the cleanup work that goes into this. Well, what's a last hint sorted? It is trans record. Now removing the duplicates is probably a good point. Let's see. So I can, well, I can try to get this in here and manage, which is its own little mess. It's a big function we need to put something into. Get num hints. Now you see, this is assuming this is assuming an object ID. We have a whole list of objects. So I'd have to actually copy this logic. And which means that it wouldn't really work with things like this that are all based around an object ID. So I actually can't use that because it's not just a list of things. In object ID. Right, this is the thing like a thing you're picking up. No? Next hint object ID. But the hint does the transitions all the way back. Hmm. And that'll be for the touched object. So filter string, sorted size. Let's need to regenerate sorted list. This is going to be a filter string, but it's going to maybe just making it handle filter strings differently would accomplish the same thing. Steps to target object. Find objects matching words. This might be a thing where I'd sort of false on his. Yeah, just getting all objects that produce a matching thing would kind of do it. All trans leading to this target object. Well, that's close enough to what we want to do. But do have I done anything useful here? I mean, we called search objects. Added our slash. It might not even necessarily be this. I should use bracket matching here. Yeah, I can start with, you're going to be IDs. Yeah, we actually want to use the full search. I don't think I'm going to need a frontier. Maybe already seen objects. Oh, you're vectors of ints. Well, the objects have IDs, so I could go through and get the IDs out of them. I don't actually need to do any scanning. Well, I need the objects that directly relate to this. But you have to do some iteration on it. This is all object. Get element direct, get element direct, trans record. prod trans for this thing. Let's see, I want the list of all objects and all ways to directly produce that object. So I think what's going to happen here is we just don't add anything to frontier. Yeah, push back. Oh, delete all. That means we never shift things off. Well, frontier size greater than 0. Get object ID. So something has to reduce the size of the frontier. Search produces. Actor target, actor depth, actor depth. I don't really care. Skip last used transitions, skip dummy variations of transitions. Max depth trans. Actor target. Oh, maybe the final result of this is already seen objects. Oh, it's filtered trans that we're resulting in. We want to go through this. I don't think I want a new frontier. Does this mean we go through everything in our original frontier? In frontier size. So we don't necessarily have this loop. This is just printfing stuff. Useful as that might be. Well, if we just delete all the frontier, then this stays as is. You know what, I should probably turn one off before I forget. You need to swipe that logic out. This is just doing ints. What is oh, the filtered and unfiltered trans are getting transitions. Frontier, we have an ID, we have an object. So we do some stuff with objects. This is actually going beyond here. We can get that from our search. I guess the vectors might be a little better on memory. You have to be cleaned up. Might be something else. Yeah, we've wrapped around. So yeah, it does take care of that for us. Uh, Object pickable. So this is going to be object record. So you're going to be similar, actually. Num to skip, num to get, num filter hits, num remaining. We don't actually care about. Now, you can easily ask about size. Wait, and less than 10. Oh, this is a... Matches too many things, ignore. For what he's doing there, yes. This is going to be num filter hits. Frontier is just hit objects. And I'm not sure if already seen is in a single pass situation. So this is the same thing as this test. What did we do? Oh, that's the if num filtered hits. I actually want... I don't know if it's going to be Frontier precisely. It's used a lot, but... So this is the... this is putting out the initial list. I'm not going to have a new Frontier. We might have that. This is going to be... Unfilter hits. Oh, actually, they might be changing filter hits. This might actually need to make this like search hits. Just in case. Okay, so this is just going to be... Or, no, this is hit objects. That's the ID. We actually have the object. We ever get the object here? We probably don't, but this is what search gives me. Or probably got an ID field. Yep. Num results, num remains. Okay, I want... It produces something. Where is num results? You're going through everything, every... Oh, okay, so it's still every transition that produces this thing. Get object depth. Filtered trans doesn't have this. Skip that. Skip that. Skip that. Actor target. Already seen objects. So actor and target are the things we don't want. Which we don't need that. So if there's something, we want it in our filtered trans. We don't cycle to anything. And unfiltered, which I think might not be relevant here. Yeah, so we do one loop over that. That's num trans, num filter hits. Think. Oh. Hmm. Where else is that used? Okay, so the false, the false. Okay, I guess it actually is this. Okay, so we clear those. That's the other one. So it's only used here, so we don't need that. Might have been a warning there, or was that the leftover error? That was leftover. Oh yeah, that's old code. Okay, so if we do uh tattoo needle, leaf template, tattoo needle, curve template, potatoes. So we can get a lot of stuff. Tank. Wait, why? Okay, so apparently search gets me things that include it, not necessarily just things that make it. I mean, that might still be useful. Yeah. I'm trying to make something. Cooked pumpkin pie, sliced pumpkin pie, cooked pumpkin pie, raw pumpkin pie. No, this would be more important for like a tool. So like if I'm trying to make shears. Shears with feather, shears with, shears with, shears with, shears with, shears with. Well, this one seems to be working fine. What was I seeing here? Tank of water. Does it have like Newcomen somewhere else in its description? Maybe shears is a bad example. How about smithing hammer? No. Yeah, so this might be a hidden description thing. Uh well, it's not shown here. Oh. No, it never sits on the pump, unlike the other. Huh. I was thinking that like smithing hammer was involved in a lot of transitions. But it seems to work pretty good for this. Then the only thing is that oftentimes you'll do things like this to see what makes that. Maybe that could be streamlined, but really this would have just told me that, well, I was actually doing this, which wouldn't tell me anything. But if we did walk it back, so what was worse is that it used to give me a something that made you think it was real and then it wasn't. That's all the tattoo stuff. And maybe some potatoes, which is not unreasonable for the short string we used. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to do. I want to put my old time transition stuff back. But this is something I want to play around with. So this is, I need to rename this patch. Okay, so all my stuff is going to complain about singing. Every time it applies the patch. Oh, and this is just ugly. Okay. That should be about that. Well, that's not entirely helpful. Can I search for space end of line? There we go. And this is elsewhere, I think. All right, so STG rename. Branch. Rename. Presumably old patch is optional because it will assume the current one. And we want to call this And this does replace the old filtering method where you could restrict things down to just the stuff that somehow, well, that list was actually so big it was almost useless. Although I think there was some. If you then changed your name, that felt, I don't know. I think there was something that comes back and like selects things out of the set if it's like somehow related. But paging through it was. I mean, I can usually work backwards from immediate pre. So this is. What? Well, actually, the old one is you had to then pick up something that was related. At least made it a little bit of a search. This is very direct. Um. Be too direct? Oh, that would give you all the stuff. Mm-hmm. Um, I think I may have had a comment on this too. I'm not like help edit message. It's probably a current patch. Not that these get published. Some of the other versions of stat-git that I use in the build pipeline do not accept annotated patches. All right, now this is no longer anyway related to my naming stuff. Does this take us to the top? I guess it takes the named patch to here. Oh. This might need a setting flag. Because that does change behavior. And that gives us an easy way to do that addition. All right, so it's kind of not a great or great name. But I'm stumped right now. Filter matches? But now this is, I guess it would be product. Be a rename again. STG. And then we were objects search, or was it search objects? Search objects, right. And then we can go back up here. Okay, not this. All right, so that should be everything we need to test default case. All right, we're a little bit warmer. What we need is... Oh. Have I broken everything? I may have set up something where both of them are disabled. Or transposing the patch messed something up? That's interesting. It's very bizarre. Yeah. Map chunk. I mean, that's kind of where I move. Oh no, that's pretty much startup there. Uh, I mean, I kind of have to assume it's this? Because that's what changed? I mean, we're still compiling. We have to have... Oh. I had already moved in such a way that it popped this stuff up. So I need to poke the hint system. If filters are greater than 0, and actually this, hmm. Yeah, so you pick something up. Num hint sheets. Last hint filter string. This has something to do with int sheet index, target offset, hide offset, plus 100. Or force hint refresh. Oh, did I not do M force hint refresh? Oh, I need the... This is when it's already calling get num hints. So where do we submit a hint? Start compare, get num hint. It only needs the number if it's showing that. M hint filter string? Trimmed filter string. Yeah, remove the filter command. M force hint refresh. Okay, so that's all my toolbox stuff. That should be the only thing setting it to false. Well, okay, make active. When it uses it, a target object indicator, new live sheet. Hit filter string not equal to null. Filter string invalid. X. Holding something with no hints, hide last sheet. Our object. We're holding nothing at that point. Once we poke the system, now admittedly it might be a little bit weird because I'm like reconnecting. So maybe it's just a weird state there. Okay, well, I mean that had already left hints up. We do have a filter up. Oh, that. Okay, so it just tends to leave these up as you run around. Okay, so the standard state is that the hints are showing. And there's just a weird thing on startup where they're not. Okay, that should be livable under normal circumstances. Okay, we haven't actually tested our setting yet. This is filter matches product. Is currently a 0. I guess we should. We know what it does now. Double check reading the file. Okay. And then 0. Okay, so we touch something. No filter match. Oh, so actually one thing I didn't really check before. Does it say tat no filter match? Which is accurate, but there's just a lot of things that it might be similar to. We might have to do something extra to. I mean, that would be like no matches, but. Yeah, making tat, that's kind of not cool. We can still, this seems to be working. And we can copy you down. Game source, settings. Hmm. And you see, this is one of those things that comes from the translation file. That down here? No. US English. No, this is not. Must be in some subdirectory? Capital English. No match. Oh, it's just a flag. Where do you get set? Num relevant. Oh, num filter hits equals 0, you say? Well, we don't know if there was an exact hit, don't we? Oh, num relevant is num trans. But that does say, we've got trans. We don't know if there was an exact match because we were using a loosey-goosey means. Because object, oh, wait, num filter hits. Because object named in filter does not exist. So we actually... Unfiltered. So we could lie and say num filter hit 0, but then we will never say making. Well, I mean, those are the filters. And we can see all of the exact object names, so it might be okay. All right, so that, that's one I might want to test with a little bit. Although, by the time I'm ready to publish tools, that'll probably be okay. That does kind of want to be publishable. Now, if I go back, I keep trying to put down in notes. So that wasn't exactly that. I want to get time hints back. And since we had a version of that before, Jason did his own version of this. So I might have to go back. Does this show removed files? That just shows changed files. So that was V31. Remove. So the last version of this. So we were checking actor -1. We changed that to actor equals -1 and reachable. And that actor, okay, so this is probably one of the things that Jason did. Transition hints. It's probably fine. I could probably go back and get it somehow. Could be different. It's one of the things that annoys me every once in a while. Actor string. Well, okay, this shows up in some other places. Okay, so now he now has translated time hint. It's hard to say where these are. Uh, so this is getting them hints. So I think Jason took some account for this. Definitely one of the things we needed. All right, so we removed this. It became an else. And we did if PR actor equals -1. And get transhintable seems like the thing that he may have also touched. Actor greater than or equal to. I changed this to -1. So maybe he only included that in certain special scenarios. And then like the other like should we show a hint things got all turned off. It seems like well, maybe I should go back and figure out what he did, see if he covered some of these cases elsewhere. All right, so what's a that's a tutorial fire, so it's not actually. You don't actually have a timed transition. You move. Yeah, okay, so we've got that. Things we would be more interested in would be I don't have any milkweed around. Well, it's just gonna be milkweed to milkweed, although it is gonna be different stages. Time passing, flowering milkweed, and then you'll stages. We would be interested in things like well, you have a lot of transitions. Oh yeah, the bowl with charcoal powder. I mentioned it as a way to relight things. Time passing, hot coals, and then one that originally got me into this. I guess it can't be in insert mode. Well. And yet I want to be in insert mode. Move my pointer. Okay. Bowl of dough. Okay, it can now be dumped out. Well, I can put in there. And if you let time pass, it becomes a bowl of leaven dough. So far, that seems to be behaving quite nicely. It was really... That's the only thing he added that... This could be a harder one to find. Map out triggers. Oh, wait. Not handling probabilistic transition. Time-based steps. Time-based. Okay, so this is proper display. Bare hand default actions. Time hint. Okay, so that's just the text. Oh, this is a different case that apparently wasn't covered. Okay. So yeah, he actually didn't touch most of the things I did. Um, that one's gonna be, if anything, safer. But probably I can play these today, and we should be publishable. We do have to refresh. All right, so this needs to be published checked. We have, what's the other one? Oh, the filter matches product might need to be published. It's a setting file, documented. Didn't get to this one. Although that's a one. We've got more stuff to work on. So that's not a. But yeah, I mean that could be an easy thing. Make burn rate properly arrays. Mm-hmm. I might want some limited name overlay for people I actually know. That's another big one though. But then this stuff all ends up being other computer things, the publishing pipeline going. So it's not even kind of in the same realm as that. Anyway, we've got final form of this. We've got filters and return of time transition hints to test out. Those might all be publishable. Just, I like to play test a little bit first to be sure. But I would like to eat lunch so I can come back and play this game. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who hosted me. Oh my gosh. There's actually Stepmania people, and I'm not doing Stepmania today. Any coding stuff going on? Shit. Big and almost over. That's. Well, I see some Factorio. That's almost like programming. But for looking for a place cool to hang out, Wolf Trove is playing Factorio. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye.